Hello, everybody. You may have the best plan and corresponding strategy to effectuate change, but there's so many variables that impact an organization's success in this regard. So change doesn't come by circumstance or happenstance. It comes from a solid plan, but then also attention to some of the extraneous variables that may impact their success. So let's talk about a couple of these. First is attitude. Attitude is the way that you carry yourself. Some people may carry themselves very confidently. Some people are more shy. But an attitude, especially within an organization, and especially for an organization, one of the benefits of an attitude is that it can be inspiring in the way that it is carried. So if you're a manager and your charge is to move an organization from one area to the other, you certainly want to have a type of attitude where some in the organization will say they have the right attitude, the strong attitude, decisive attitude. And especially when you're changing, when you're taking an organization from the known to the unknown, which is what you do with change, is that you're embarking into an area that hasn't been either thought of or at least initiated into. And so you're taking that first step. And the outcome is unknown. And there's a sense of insecurity in the organization. So that plays a role, the type of attitude that you have. Emotion is the second aspect. Emotion is an outward manifestation of what you believe. When someone says that you're an emotional person, that means that they can see the way you act and react. And that's the aspect about emotion that we often forget, is it's something that can be seen. For the most part in business, we really don't want to be emotional. Once you're emotional, you play your cards, so to speak. The other side sees how you act, and they see the confidence that you have in yourself. And then also the most devastating aspect about emotion is that it colludes your mind. It overtakes your ability to make reasoned judgments. And that's why so many professions require, if not demand, that people contain their emotions. The statement, don't get too emotional, has relevance because the thought, at least, is that if you become emotional, then you lose your ability to control the factors. And other aspects of emotion can be a positive aspect. Of course, if you're in sports, you want to try to inspire people who work for you, and you want to try to be as emotional as you can because it will inspire others to work harder. So emotion does have a role in that aspect. The last aspect in regards to effectuating change and some of the extraneous variables that play a role is what we call feelings. And that is such a nebulous kind of statement, is I feel this or I feel that. The problem with feelings is you often don't know what the general feeling is or the specific feeling. And the example would be, I'm mad. Well, that's a feeling, but it doesn't give you anything to solve the feeling. And that's what's so challenging, frustrating, infuriating about feelings for many people is they're often an unsolvable variable. What you often need is the cause of that feeling, because you can solve causes. You can't solve this general belief that somebody has. And so when you're looking at factors that affect change and factors that you as an organization and manager can research to hopefully overcome, you do look at attitude, you do look at emotions, and you do look at feelings. And the hope at least, is that you can strategize how best to control these aspects so that the focus remains on change, its implementation, and to try to mitigate and minimize any of the negative impacts. Enjoy the day, everybody.